To my north is a window.
There was a man who took his own life. There was a man who took his own life. Was he sitting on his bed when he shot himself?
It's the opening. The portal. The wound.
Was he sitting on the edge of his bed? He was once a police officer and a fireman.
The lens. And the frame.
Was there a window behind him? He shot himself with his gun.
It was his release.
Did he notice the size of the room? Did he close his eyes?
It was his escape passage. If he was gaining passage.
He was in his parents' house when he shot himself, in the room below where they slept.
Out his window. To my south is a name.
Did he sense pollution as an infection that he needed to purge?
It is his name and our name. It's my unwritten name that I sometimes forget.
Did this infection come on slowly in his blood through his name?
It is the imprint, the identity, the glyph.
Once he lived in his grandparents' attic. There was a window in that attic, shaped like a triangle, which overlooked the front yard and the main street. Did he feel the infection rush through his body?
The inscribed, the family.
Did he think the infection would simply disperse over time?
The public face.
Did he think his blood was strong, his circumstances slight, his name his own? The window in the attic was a small window.
The scratch in the side of a tree, maybe.
The window in the attic was a small window, but when you opened it, all the stale air would rush out of the room. But when you opened it, all the stale air would rush out of the room.
To my east is blood. It is the liquid, the liquor,
Did the bullet open him up to let all the air rush out?
emotion, the constant pulse.
Did the bullet open him up to let all the air rush out? Did he feel like he was opening a window? Did he consider where the window was placed, the shape and position?
The branching tree, the polluted water.
Did he consider where the window was placed, the shape and position? Did the air carry with it his infection?
Maybe his was infected, polluted,
Did he have a second to breathe in, to feel the air's current?
with genetics and circumstance.
Did the air carry with it his infection?
Maybe I'm also infected, polluted,
Did he feel the blood as it released when the air began to rush from his window?
but maybe we both polluted ourselves. To my west is a ghost. It's formless. It's air.
The room in his parents' house was much smaller than the room in the attic.
It's in between us.
Open to begin with.
It's our breath.
Are you?
It's what I don't know.
The room in his parents' house was much smaller than the room in the attic. In fact, the attic took up the whole top floor of the house. The attic actually took up the whole top floor of the house. Once he...
It's what I'll never know. What he never knew. But but he did. He did. That one thing.
I'll do it again. The stairs to the attic were very steep. One had to be careful when climbing them.
He followed through.
The stairs to the attic were very steep, and one had to be careful when climbing them. And you had to be really careful when climbing them. The attic was always very hot, and the air had a musty odor that never quite dispersed. The window in the attic never did open to begin with.
The moment that he was looking for, if he was looking for.
The attic was always very hot, and the air had a musty odor that never quite dispersed.
It's a ghost. It's unsaid because
The window in the attic
it's not known.
never did
by
open
anybody
to begin with.
ever. It's an it's an image we can't see.